G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of G.SWIFTS Garage. Yes, we're back out here, putting in the mahi. Look at the weather. Beautiful. Nice cool breeze. Yeah, I think it's supposed to get to about 30 degrees today, which is not too hot. That's good. What are we doing in G.SWIFTS Garage today? Oh, I've got a few things to do. Probably going to start off with that boot. Going to just scuff it back and respray it. Not happy with it. If you've seen the previous videos, yeah, a lot of people would just leave it as it is, but yeah, that's not me. I want it at least close to perfect. Yeah. What else? Oh, we got to rinse this diff head off. That's been stewing while I've been at work. Nice rust-free unit now. Just got to rinse it off, and that can get a paint job too. Oh yeah, stuck the saddlebags back on the bike. Could be using this to go to work. Might as well enjoy the good weather, riding weather. So yeah, I travel just over 2 hours to get to work and 2 hours back, so be a good ride on the bike. Jam stuff in the saddlebags and probably a backpack. It'll be enough gear for me to be at work for 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't mind the look of them. Come in handy anyway for carrying gear. And also going to try and pull this motor back out today. Yeah, can't get the header out with this motor in there. It's too tight around the steering box, so we'll whip the motor out, do the modifications on the headers, and probably leave the motor out because there's still a shitload of stuff to do in the engine bay. Brake lines, booster, wiper motor, yeah, heaps of stuff. So yeah, we'll leave the motor out. And yeah, we'll probably start off with those things, see how we get on. Usual story, I'll bring you guys back in through the jobs and see how we're getting on. Probably won't show you the painting of the boot because you've seen that. Well, it's just repeating those same steps, so yeah, might just bring you in with the finished product and show you how it looks. So we'll bring you guys back in later. Okay guys, we're back out here. Yeah, another beautiful day, Perth, Australia. Wow, nice. And yeah, this is the finished product of the 300C boot. Happy with it now. So yeah, glad that's over and done with. Can leave that alone now. And what am I up to today? We're gonna give this diff head a paint job now. She's all rinsed off, nice and clean, all up inside the gears and everything is spotless, no surface rust. She's nice and clean, spotless. So I'm just going to give this a spray of bit of edge primer. Don't need a lot, it's only to for the top coat to stick to, so it probably only needs a couple of light coats. It's just going black. Yes, I haven't been out in the shed for a couple of days. Been to a good friend's funeral. Yeah, that was a bit of a shocker, but oh well, he's in a better place, I suppose. Yeah, so we'll just let that go off for a bit. It's that hot, the paint dries really fast, so probably have to wait a couple of minutes. Yeah, so I'll give it another coat and bring you guys back in when we're ready to put some top coat on it. Okay, we've got a couple of coats of primer on the stiff head. So we're ready to give it a top coat. Had some of this leftover hammer finish paint, so I'm just going to use that, just the black. Should be enough anyway to do the job. So just giving it a light coat, first coat, tack coat I suppose you call it. Get that tack off and then one more coat, that should do it. So I'll finish that and yeah, show you the finished product. Okay, we've got our 2 coats of colour on there. Covers quite good, that stuff. That hammer tone paint, so should be pretty sturdy. Yeah, so that's pretty much good to go back in the car. But I'll probably get a front seal for it, change the front seal before I actually put it back in the diff. Yeah, so that can go on the side somewhere. Is the job done. Next job we've got is I'm going to hook this motor out. Shouldn't take too long. Just got to lower the front of the car down off the axle stands, get it low enough so I can get the hoist in here, hook the motor out so I can get these headers off and start doing some modifications on them so they fit better. Yeah, so that's next up, and we'll bring you back in later. Okay, so we just hooked this motor out. Wife came out and gave us a bit of a hand, which was good. Wasn't that bad. Just really tight to get the manoeuvre the crane in there. But apart from there, she came right out. Yeah. So I'm going to set it down on a trolley so I can wheel it around and do a few bits and pieces and move it out of the way. I'm also going to paint these rocker covers. It's a bit too much orange for me. I like the factory original rocker covers, but yeah, just too much orange. I'll paint them a different colour, we'll see what happens. Yeah, so we'll get this down on the trolley and we'll see what happens next. Okay guys, we're playing around with these headers. Just working out this side, what's involved. And for starters, we've got to cut this ear off the block. That's just a casting ear, or whatever you call it. It's just solid metal, so we can afford to take probably half off it, or even a bit more. Get that down, and that'll give me clearance so I can get the header on that side in and out with no problems. Yeah, I've just taped up all these ports so when I cut it, no shit gets in there. And yeah, well, I was a bit involved in these headers, make them work. I've got a scallop both sides of these center runners. Scallop those out just so there's enough clearance for the spark plug boots, so they won't burn on the pipes when they're hot and you'll just run into dramas. So I'm going to clearance those, scallop them out either with heat and some sort of hammering device. And also this front runner here, I'm going to have to cut it up here somewhere, probably cut it down here on this where it starts curving, and bring it in closer to the center just so it clears that steering box. Yeah, so she's a lot of work involved, but yeah, we'll get there. Also these ports are way too big. They're like Hemi ports or max wedge Hemi heads. They're nearly 45 mils big, so what I'm going to have to do there is get some stock exhaust gaskets and try and fill this edge out with weld, port match them to the standard exhaust gaskets on all of these ports, both sides, fill it in, grind them up so they're nice, just so they port match with the standard gaskets. Yeah, a lot of work involved. But it's just timing and welding, and we'll get there. They're a nice header. Be a shame not to use them, so we'll just do a bit of cutting and tucking and we'll get them on there. Okay, so I'm just lowering this motor back into the car just to double check the fitment of the headers. I don't want to start modifying them and I'm not doing them in the right spot. So yeah, I'll lower the motor back in, give it a double check and then pull it back out again. Okay, get back to this. Got this motor bolted back in the engine bay. We're not looking too bad. Got about 3 or 4 mil, maybe 5 in between there, but by the time you stick a gasket, I've got the headers on here with no gasket, so by the time you put a gasket on there it's probably going to touch, so I'll still have to clearance that pipe, that runner on that side, and that's about it. Maybe just a little scallop in there for the spark plug wire clearance. This side I can actually get the header on from underneath, bring it up through the bottom, and yeah, she slips on now because I clearance the block, cut that chunk of metal off the block, so that's good. The only real thing I'm worried about, oh, you probably can't see it, just this runner here sitting on top of the steering box. So just underneath there there's about 3 mil clearance, so I'll probably have to clearance that too. But apart from that, she's pretty good. Just the 2 scallops on this side for the spark plug boots, and we should be sweet. I won't have to cut this whole tube, just give it a scallop. Yeah, just to keep it away from that steering box and we should be fine. All depends how she bolts up with the transmission too, because I haven't got the transmission bolted up. I'm pretty sure that'll be the angle of where the motor's going to sit, so we should be pretty good. So I'm just going to mark that runner where it needs to be scalloped or dented up, and can whip this motor back out again, and yeah, be the final marking of these headers where they need to be modified. Right, we're ready to start doing some mods on these headers. I couldn't find the right tool, so I'm going to have to make something to make it work. So what I'm going to do is just use this big socket and a steel cold chisel and weld that to the socket. I've already cleaned it up so it's ready to weld on there. Probably could have used a ball peen hammer, people use those, but yeah, it looks too bloody hoary. I'll try and do a nicer job, because I eventually want to get these headers heat proofed, heat coated. Being stainless, they're going to be really hot on the engine bay, so yeah, I'll get those coated. So I want to try and do a pretty nice job putting some dents in these headers. So yeah, I'm just going to weld the socket onto this cold chisel. I used to work for a guy back in NZ, Low Power Performance. He taught me a lot to do with tooling, and you know, if you didn't have the right tool, try and make something, make it work, or you know, work with what you've got lying around. So that's my philosophy too. try not to go out and spend a lot of money on big dollar tools just to use it once. So I'll probably make this up and then cut it off, clean it all up when I'm finished with it, and it'll be good to go back to what it was intended for. Yeah, so I think that's a good philosophy anyway. Some people have got too much money, they just go out and buy all the right tools. Unfortunately, I'm not in the same boat. Yeah, so I'm just going to take this chisel on there. Hopefully it should hold. Right. Try and get it semi-straight anyway. I think that's good enough. So I'll fully weld that now. I'll bring you guys back in when I've fully welded it. Okay. So we got our tool made. Socket welded to a cold chisel. So what I'm going to do now is heat that area up where I want to dent it. I'll heat that up and give it a bash with that socket in that area, and hopefully it'll give us a nice indentation, hopefully. Yeah, so I'm just using this cheap gas burner. Hopefully that'll heat it up enough. The old gas torch probably would have been better, but I don't have one, so I'll just use this and see how we go. Got this first one done. Hopefully you can see that alright. Yeah, there's not a lot of heat in that burner, so it takes quite a bit to heat it up. But we got it there. I suppose it don't look too bad. Should do the job. Yeah, so just two more to do on this header. Both of these center runners do the same job. Yeah, that side should be done. Move on to the next side. Okay guys, finished sorting these headers out. Pretty happy with it. My tool worked out pretty good. Yeah, what I set out to do, it's all done. So relieve this here for the steering box. You can see there, plenty of room for the spark plugs. Not touching the headers, so they won't burn. Oh, they'll probably get hot, but I'll put heat-proof socks over them too. Should help. This side, relieve this side just on this plug. That side's fine, and just flattened out this front runner that one was touching on the inner apron. So just flatten that out. So I gained about 5mm on that, and that should be plenty of room, not touching. So pretty happy with how that turned out. Yes, I'll be able to send those away and get them coated, HPC'd, or I don't know what they call it in Australia, but yeah, heat proof coating. Yeah, so that's going to be it for this video, I'd say. Back to work on Wednesday. So tomorrow is Tuesday tomorrow, so I'll be just getting stuff done before I head back to work for another 2-week stint. Yeah, so I've got a couple of things done. Got the 300 boot done, got the diff head done. That's all. I'm just waiting on the seal to come from Melbourne, the front seal, so I'll change that out and then I'll whack that in the car. And got these headers done, so pretty happy with that. It's all progress, even though if it's not much, it's, you know, it's still bits and pieces. It all adds up in the end. Next break I'll probably be doing these rocker covers. I'm going to paint them, and that should be it on the motor. Should be all set to go in the car, and probably get back on this floor, finish this floor. And what else? Probably the underneath of the floor needs to be done. I haven't been doing much because the weather's so bloody hot. It's miserable in the shed on a hot day. Yeah, but hopefully it should be cooling down very soon, and we'll get stuck into this car, get into the welding and finishing off the bodywork on the shell, so we can hit it with some paint. Yeah, and still got to take the bonnet and guards in, get those acid dipped, cleaned up, so we can start body working those too. Yeah, so yeah, I'd dedicate this video to a good friend of mine that passed away a couple of weeks ago, old Darren. Had a motorcycle accident and didn't make it through. Yeah, he'll be missed. He's a good friend. Yeah, so I'll dedicate this video to him. Okay guys, we're going to wrap this video up. Stick around, we've got a bit of bonus footage from the Dirty Deeds motorcycle and car show. Yeah, so have a watch of that if you want to. Yeah, I just want to give the old bro Darren a big cheers. Gonna miss him, and yeah, we'll end it here. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe, all that good stuff, and ka kite. See you on the next one. Dirty Deeds car and motorbike show. Not a bad turnout. A few cars, a few bikes. Beautiful day. Me and the bro Paul rode out on the bikes. Nice little ride, Pinjarra.
I think big one.
Nice El Camino. A few nice cars. Another beautiful day in Perth, Australia. This is different. Old Merc. Tubbed out. LS in it. That's different. Elite performance. More bikes. See all the bikes out. The good thing is no gang patches too. All civilians. Cover. The daughter drove it and
Oh really?
yeah. A few bikes on the show. I'm just going to go for a quick run up here, mate.
Yeah, I'll just wait here.
Yeah. Have a look at these show bikes. It's cool. I like these Springer front ends, but they reckon they don't ride well. That's cool. Black and gold. Nice soft tail. White soft tail's nice, bring a front end. Re-rod Destroyer. bikes. That's a whole lot of power between your legs. Look at the size of the sprocket on there. Should be a handful. That's probably 500-700 horsepower, even more. Beautiful day. Nice cool breeze, not too hot. So that's going to be it from Pinjarra Motorcycle and Car Show. Catch you guys later.